So just from my Liverpool supporting ass outsider looking in, Manchester United really miss Paul Pogba. Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. I really hope you're all well and welcome back to another video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're liking these sort of regular topic uploads. I'm thinking about getting a lot more of them out, and also make sure you're on the channel later for the Chelsea watch along, as it's going to be a good one, I pray and hope. That being said, I'm here to talk about the game that took place in Manchester United and Palace, and one thing that I took away from that game is a big factor in that Manchester United miss Paul Pogba. Now, what do I mean by Manchester United miss one of their star signings in the past 5 years, as anyone would do, James? And you're right, you know, it's true, but there's a lot of questions over Paul Pogba and the impact he has on that Manchester United team. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Bruno Fernandes has came in, he gets his goals and assists, and he is a very, very good player. And he's shown that he can actually take a team and change it to a whole completely different level. He can take a team from outside the Europa League and put them into the Champions League. That's what Bruno Fernandes. Even if he doesn't do it on a basis, he's done that so far, so that's what we've got to go off. But after a few shaky games, after a not so impressive record against the Big Six, and a lot of these shaky results, at least because the performances have been coming a while now for Manchester United. A lot of last-minute goals to get them out of games. And don't get me wrong, we won the league in a very similar fashion last season. The only difference is we didn't lose many of our key players. Now, when you're talking about Manchester United, they've arguably lost their most key player. Again, it's arguable because Bruno Fernandes, the impact that he's had, cannot be ignored. Just because he's not getting goals and assists every 2 minutes, just because he has had a few shaky performances in what is right now a team that is coming into a bit of a bad patch, let's say. Let's not say terrible form, because, you know, they are still winning games. They've just went through in the Europa League and whatnot. But this is a team that we all know, and that is established with the manager they've got, to go through bad patches. It's one of them things where Bruno Fernandes is a great individual, but that doesn't mean you just ignore how much more important Paul Pogba is, or just how equal Paul Pogba is in that side. Paul Pogba's massive. When you actually look at a team, let me put it in this scenario. So, do you know when you used to play in school and it would maybe be a PE lesson, and, you know, you've got maybe one or two mates in that PE lesson. You sound with everyone, but your 2 or 3 closest friends are within that lesson, and then there's like 12 other kids or whatnot. Let's say you do a 5-a-side, split the teams into 4. You work out the maths, I'm terrible at it. That being said, split the teams into 4 mini teams. When you're in your 5-a-side, you feel a lot more comfortable with someone that you know, or someone that you know is a similar level to you. That's just a fact. Now, that's what Bruno Pogba kind of is. They might be very different players. Very stupid to compare them. Paul Pogba, technically, ability-wise, is a better player than Bruno Fernandes. I think we can all agree on that. That being said, you can't dispute how important it is without one, without the other. Not Anton Deck. Not necessarily the dream, like Sturridge and Suarez, or Gerrard and Torres. Name a few Manchester United partnerships if you wish. But it's still an important partnership to Manchester United right now. Now, you can talk about the manager, you can talk about the circumstances with the owner, but let's talk about what's on the pitch. And Manchester United miss Paul Pogba, and they miss him massively. It was even debatable that before he got injured, he was in the form of his life. At least at Manchester United. That put, you know, obviously at Juventus, unbelievable, one of the best players in the world, without doubt. Any team takes Paul Pogba in that moment. Most teams still take Paul Pogba in this moment. And now that's actually being shown, because the narrow results that United were getting before is still happening, but they're just not getting the full 3. It could be a draw, it could be a loss. It's one or the other. This is sugar-coated by a few things, but, you know, this is what United fans, or I've heard United fans say, some United fans, is, well, we're undefeated away from home. You know, we're still getting positive results. The thing is, there's always the other side of a hill. That's the only thing I want to portray. And until Paul Pogba comes back, which is very soon, to be fair, I feel like Manchester United are going to stay on the other side of this hill. They're not going to be getting results that they should be getting. And I just thought it was important to bring to this video to a few neutrals and even Liverpool fans who might just think, well, Paul Pogba's shit. Never done what he done at Juventus. Doesn't mean he's shit. I'm not the biggest Paul Pogba fan. And what I mean by that is the impact that I thought he should have had earlier on in his career weren't quite what he actually set, but he still done well. You can't just ignore that. He was still one of the, if not the standout player for Manchester United. It's just Bruno came in and blew that away. But why can't we put them together? Why can't players come in pairs? It's a team sport. It's not MMA, it's not boxing, it's not where we're just looking at one or the other. So maybe comment saying, James, you're just stating out the obvious. Obviously, Paul Pogba is important to Manchester United. But it's not just about how important is he to Manchester United. It's about we're now actually seeing the level that he actually is for that team. And how much he actually carries them out of a game. So I'm very interested to hear what yous have got to say. But I just wanted to address to you is that I think that Paul Pogba is most likely Manchester United's most important player.